they're moving around. And typically, these entities, if you will, are usually someone who has passed on, who loved you dearly, didn't want to go, and clung to your auric field. It happens quite often that if you have an affinity with someone and they die suddenly, it is quite possible that they attach themselves to you rather than moving on. And so what has happened in the past is that this presents as not being able to sleep well, always being tired, not feeling well, and this can go on for years. People walk around with somebody else's energy attached to them that never left. And in fact, the last person I worked on had exactly this problem. She had been at the bedside of one of her best friends when they died, and she said that ever since then she never felt well. She was exhausted all the time, and she'd been to a number of doctors, and they nothing seemed to work, nothing seemed to help. And so what we did, the way we work with this type of energy is to extract it. The easiest way to do it, the cleanest way to do it, that the shaman have found, is to do it with a very pure quartz crystal. And so we have, I can show you, we have very pure quartz crystals that we work with, and they're double terminated. They have to be double terminated. And it's amazing how well they work. And basically, the crystal is put in the hand of the client, and really what the shaman does is starts to run, they call it running energy, starts to manifest energy in the hands between the lower spine and the neck. And you can feel it as heat. And what then happens is that you can start to track that the entity is moving around in the auric field. And the crystal is in one hand, and you very lovingly actually coax the entity towards the hand, the arm that contains the crystal. And as you're talking to it and beckoning it and asking it to come, finally, in most cases, it will. And you break connection with the client, you hold the crystal, and then immediately remove the crystal from the presence of the client. Sometimes, I've seen people fall down from this separation, this energetic separation. They drop like a stone. But they're fine afterwards. It's just that it can be quite traumatic. And then of course the crystal is cleansed and the entity is released and very lovingly let go. Usually it has no affinity for anybody else. The love existed between the entity and the person. So it will move on. once it has no choice. So this is the work of the West. Tomorrow night we'll talk about the remaining two directions, the north and the east work. But during the day we're going to do workshop on illuminations. So if anybody would like to come, please feel welcome to. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them as best I can. Thank you.